I'm usually a pretty positive person on here, but guys, I'm really sad that October is over because I am not a big fan of November. I feel like November is such a blah in-between month, but as a firm believer in romanticizing and looking for the little bits of beauty in everyday life, I am determined to reshape my thinking and enjoy November to the fullest. So let's get into my November reset routine. Hi guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my November reset. I say this every month, I know, okay? Take a shot every time Carter says, the month has gone by so fast, but the month has gone by so fast. I think it's just because October was really the month that we needed. Thank you for that. Okay, mommy can't rub your belly right now. I'm filming a Look at this dog. Mommy can't rub your belly right now. I'm filming a video, okay? Like I was saying before my cute ass dog interrupted me, October was the month I needed. If you've been watching my channel, you will know that the last few months have just been like a hellhole on fire. We're just constantly getting shit on. And like, yes, there's been good moments, but like a lot of bad moments. And October was truly the month I needed. We had our Kingston trip, which was so fun. That was a brand trip. We took our Disney trip. We're basically 99% done the kitchen. All we have left to do is the backsplash. Like, it's all coming together. I started Christmas present shopping. Like, I just feel like really fueled my soul, which is good because I hate November and I'm really gonna try my best to enjoy it a little bit more because I know like life is what you make of it. So, but if you guys are new here, hi, hello, my name is Carter. I can't believe it took me this long to introduce myself. I've been filming monthly resets for almost 2 years now, which is absolutely crazy. And it just, I say this every time, but it's just like crazy how much it's like taken off. It's the coolest thing ever, and I'm just so grateful for all of you who have found me through my resets, who have stuck around through all my chatty, mundane, everyday life vlogs, and just all the new friends I've made because of my resets, like YouTube friends. It's just crazy and it's so surreal, and I'm really excited to take you guys along on another reset. Okay, bye, see you later. If you guys are new around here, let me give you a quick lowdown on how today's video is gonna go. We're gonna reflect on October. Then we're gonna reflect on our October goals, set some November goals, and then we're gonna reflect on our October budget, speed through the November budget, but there isn't really one because I've recently switched like a more conscious spending mindset. And then we're gonna wrap it up with the current favorites, which I haven't even written down yet. So it's gonna be very much what comes to mind. Maybe that'll be fun and fresh for us. So I'm really excited. Let me go get my journal and we will jump into the reflection. Let's do it. Alrighty, so in the last few months, I've recently implemented a reflection section of these videos, and I think it's honestly become one of my favorite parts because while goal setting and budgeting and stuff are very important in everyday life, your reflection is like what I find you're gonna look back on. I have truly started looking forward to my reflection a lot, which says a lot because I am not a journaling galley by any means. I've never been able to keep with it, so a monthly reflection is what works perfect for me. So let's jump into it, move over, and I'll put you guys on the screen so you can tag along. Feel free to use these prompts or whatever you call them as well. And let's jump into the October reflection. What are you proud of that you accomplished this month? So you guys will see this in my budgeting section of the video, but I invested 20% this month, and I'm really proud of myself for that because investing is tricky. You know, you have, like, you know, you should do it, you know, for your long-term self and like retirement and all that stuff, but it's kind of hard to do it because the market, she's volatile right now, okay? It's not a positive place to be, and so it can be a little hard like letting go of that money to invest when the market is just like a dumpster on fire. Me in 30, 40 years from now is going to be very happy that I made these decisions now, but I know I'm not alone, but I find investing so hard because it's not like you're paying off debt that you're like, you can see the end result, or putting money into an emergency fund or saving for vacation, right? It's such a long-term goal that I struggle to want to put money aside for it, but I invested this month and I'm really proud of myself, more than like my usual $100, $200 contribution. The next was working with Disney. So we actually did get gifted our park tickets, which was a huge deal for me and like just a bucket list moment. And I still just like can't believe it, honestly. It's such a pinch me moment. You know, being a creator, a lot of it is about developing relations and connections and networking with people, and so I just honestly can't believe it. It was such a fun trip, and the fact that we got to work with Disney even on a gifted basis was just a pinch me moment. And now we have, you know, a connection there, and she's so kind. I sent her the videos after and she was like, oh my god, these are amazing. Like,
it's just so surreal. So I'm really proud of myself for those two things. You guys know I'm working on being proud of myself more, so that's great. What challenged you this month? Definitely just some here and there feelings of feeling behind with money, and I talk about this later in the reflection, but I'm learning that there are different financial seasons. Like there's seasons of spending, there's seasons of saving, and I'm really fortunate to be in the position that I am. I feel like I'm generally pretty good with my money. I'm not a huge spender, which if you are, that's totally fine. I'm really grateful for the income I do have. This is where it gets tricky too, because I feel like I work really hard for it, but I mean, social media income, like it's just, I feel so fortunate and lucky. And anyways, I was doing my quarterly taxes and stuff like that, and I just was like looking at what I made versus like what's currently in my savings, and I was just like, oh my god, like where did all this money go? But I have to remember that it was just like truly a year of spending with the renovations. I owed a lot of my taxes this year, property taxes, like all of these big things, tuition. I've had feelings throughout the month of just like feeling very behind and feeling like I should have more saved and more invested. And like I said, there's seasons of spending and seasons of saving. I definitely feel like we're hopefully done with the spending for a little bit, like the big spending. And I'm really grateful and fortunate that we have the means to be able to do these projects and to pay my tuition out of pocket and all of this. But it definitely kind of catches up with me sometimes, I find, in the sense that I get these feelings of feeling behind, and it's not constant. It's just like once in a while, especially when I'm doing my taxes and kind of looking through my spending and my income for the year. And I don't know, I've had a few moments of feeling defeated, but I have to remember that I'm just fortunate in general to have had the means to take on the renovations and tuition and property taxes, etc. I'm really grateful for it. And there's always little changes that you can make, and like I said, I think we're just like entering a saving era now. I hope so. We're kind of done with the renovations for a while, but that's definitely something I'm trying to work through, those feelings. 3 things I'm grateful for. Disney trips, of course. We had such a fun little whirlwind weekend trip to Disney, Cosmic Rewind. Like it was just such an amazing trip. Family, we went to a wedding this month on Matt's side of the family, and it was just great spending quality time with family that we haven't seen in a while with the pandemic. People I'm just meeting for the first time. You know, Matt and I have been dating for 3.5 years, and the pandemic didn't help that there was a lot of extended family that I got to meet for the first time, and I'm just really grateful. I have a really good relationship with all of Matt's siblings, or his 2 brothers and my 2 sister-in-laws, and I'm just really, really grateful for that. And then of course, I'm so grateful for the new kitchen. I love it so much. How did you rest this month? I definitely feel, once again, I'm in an era of sleeping in. I get up at like 7:30. I start work at 8. There's not really much of a morning routine, but my body maybe needs it right now. And then we just had a lot of cozy nights at home. You guys will know I took you guys along a lot this month for just like some fall nights in, and I've just been loving it. Last night, you know, it's so funny, like Matt and I are just not big eating out people. It's just not where we choose to spend our money, and if you do, that's totally okay. And we went to the grocery store yesterday, and I was like, Matt, I'm really craving pizza. So we went and we got some $2.88 freezer pizzas and a Caesar salad kit, and we watched American Horror Story. And like, to me, that brought me so much more joy than like going and buying like a $25 pizza at a restaurant. And yeah, I just like, I love cozy nights in, honestly. It just, I love it. I love it. We're such homebodies. What did you learn this month? Like I touched on before, just like, I'm realizing that there are financial seasons and you just can't do everything at once, and that's okay. It's okay to prioritize renovating instead of a ton of saving, or it's okay to prioritize investing instead of short-term saving. Like, you have to learn kind of how to balance it, and you can't do everything at once. Last month I started the whole word of the month thing. And so what I want to do is I want to share the word that I kind of guessed my month would be. So in October, I wrote down that I wanted my word of the month to be cozy, and it definitely was a cozy month. But now at the end of the month, I want to choose a word that kind of summed up my month, and I chose magic. It was just a magical month. It was just great. Matt and I spent a lot of quality time together, and it was just a magical month. And then my aim, like my word for next month that I'm aiming for, is just gratitude. I fucking hate November, okay? I fucking hate it. It's just a blah month to me. It's kind of like January. She's a blah gal, but I know it's what you make of it. I talked about this in my last vlog, but I'm really working through my seasonal depression and finding healthy ways to cope with it. And so I really just want to be grateful and kind of keep the trend going of like romanticizing the little things and being grateful for that. So that's my word for this month. Coming up is gratitude. Now let's talk about some goals. I'd like to just do an overview. Also, there's literally still hair everywhere. I'm so sorry. There's some on my camera. Let's go through my October goals, see what I accomplished. I like to do like a mid-month check-in, which is why some of these things are already crossed off. But let's do it. Keep up with conscious spending. I did a really good job of that this month, so check. We did invest at least $500. We did get a new dishwasher. I mean, we did finish the Disney Sinky Funds because we had the trip. I was really good this month. I think I bought one book and then I ended up returning it because it was impulsive. Don't worry, I didn't read it and then return it. I hate when people do that, but I just, like, I was like, no, Cardi, you don't need this. So I was really good with that this month. And then I think I bought like 1 or 2 used books, but I was really proud this month of my spending with books. Work on my money guilt. That's something I'm just like constantly working through. I did sign 1 Q4 sponsor, so I can say that we started that. 30 and 30 on Instagram. Let's see. Okay. I posted 21 times so far. So I'm going to leave that empty because I feel like I could do it. Actually, no, I'm going to write no because there's only a few days left. But 21 is still like amazing. So I'm going to write 21 because that required a lot of effort, you know? Okay. Balance living in the moment and filming content. I was really worried about our trips with this specifically, and I think I did a really, really good job. A lot of our trips are more B-roll than talking, which there's nothing wrong with talking vlogs, but I just pull up my camera when I want to and like I never feel like forced. Have our families over for dinner. We didn't do this because we traveled out this month. Matt's parents were gone. Yeah. Read 5 physical books. I did not do that. I barely read 5 books this month. Try out a new restaurant. We did not do that, and we did not do the fireplace tiling. So it was a good month, honestly. I think we got a lot done, and I'm really excited to see what November holds. We have reflected on our October goals. I wanted to share some of my November goals with you guys, and I took a break from goal setting back in, I think it was September, and it was so good for me because I truly was getting really, really like bored with my goal setting, if that makes sense. I was just setting like the same goals every month and just changing things up. I wasn't taking the time to really think about them, and so something that I've been doing, and it's been so helpful, and I wanted to share in case you guys are struggling with goal setting, is throughout the month I'll write down things I want to work on, or things that I did well, or things that I didn't do well, and then that way at the end of the month I'm not like struggling to come up with all these goals out of nowhere when the camera's rolling. So I find it really helpful if I just kind of brainstorm throughout the month, and I have a flyaway here. There we go. And it's really helped and given me the opportunity to have more thoughtful and intentional goals. So let's jump into it. I divide them up into a few categories. She's a little rough draft here, but we're just gonna work with it. So the first is to start and finish my Christmas shopping. I'm super big, well, I technically already started a few gifts, but I'm really big into like intentional and conscious Christmas presents. I'm the kind of person that's like, okay, I'm gonna spend $500 on presents for everybody, and then it ends up being closer to like $700-800 because I'm like, oh, well, I have to get them this or I have to get them that. And so I really want to take the time to be conscious and intentional, and I'm kind of just over gifts at my age. Like, I would just like love an experience. I don't want gifts from anybody. I mean, I love money. Cash is king. I would love cash or gift cards or an experience. I'm over the gifts. I feel like I end up donating everything. You know what I mean? So just being really intentional with presents. And I mean, some people probably think giving gift cards is impersonal, but I think it's like the best because then they can use it however they want. The goal is to keep going with the Christmas shopping and finish it this month. Next is to pick out our backsplash, hopefully. I want to try 2 new coffee shops. I was putting down like 5 new coffee shops, and that is just like way too unrealistic because a lot of the coffee shops are like 20-30 minutes away. I'd have to make like a little morning of it. So I figured twice this month, going with the romanticizing November, trying to get through November. Let's try some new coffee shops out. The next is to find a realistic workout split. I officially have no excuses, okay? The first month or so, like September, I was like, I'm not really working out. My doctor said not to, you know, do any high intensity workout that's gonna get your heart rate up until you see the cardiologist. Turns out the wait for the cardiologist is 8 months. So I asked my doctor and she was like, yeah, it's okay. And I was like, I'm gonna wait a little bit. I've slowly done some stuff here and there. I've gone for a few runs. I've done some hot yoga. I've done some lifting. But Disney was my test and I survived, okay? I walked 30,000 steps a day at Disney in the heat and I was fine. So I have literally no excuse to not work out anymore. Like, Carter, get a grip. So I want to find a realistic workout split, whether that just be closing my loops every day, doing yoga once a week, making sure I get those steps in, but just trying to find something realistic that I can maintain. I'd rather consistently maintain working out 2 days a week than like working out 5 days a week one week and then not working out the rest of the month, you know? Next was to have more intentional time with Matt. We are the kind of people, and I know you guys can relate, we're like watching a movie together and we're both just like scrolling through TikTok on our phone. We're not even paying attention. We're pretty good about not doing phones at dinner time and phones on our nighttime walk, and we like to kind of talk about our day and our highs and lows of the day, but just more intentional time on the weekends and when we're watching movies and TV shows. Next is, okay, I think I worded this wrong, but monthly average of 10K steps, and I just meant that at the end of the month I wanted like my daily average to be 10K steps. So for example, if one day I get 12,000, the next day I get 8,000, it equals out to 10,000. That's kind of what I meant. The next is to be a week ahead with grad school. I've had the toughest time this semester getting back into it. I'm still not into it. Like, I am such a procrastinator. Luckily I have no papers, it's just discussion boards, midterms, and finals, but I've had the worst time getting into it. So I want to try my best to be a week ahead of discussion posts. I just need to take the time and do it. And then for social media goals, I wrote secure 2 to 4 December sponsors. Honestly, the last 2 months have been, I think for a lot of people, just very dry with brand deals. There's obviously talk of a possible recession. Marketing budgets are being cut. Obviously, some of these big agencies still have really big sponsorship budgets, but for people like me that, you know, like, yes, I have a management team, but we're doing a lot of reaching out to brands and waiting for brands to reach out to us. It's been really dry, honestly, and that's okay. That's one of the main reasons that I'm really happy I have a corporate job outside of YouTube. Like, I'm never relying on YouTube. I will never take a brand deal because, you know, let's say I have a month where I don't have any brand deals, and then I see a brand deal come in for a really good amount, but it's a brand I'm like iffy on. I would feel compelled to take it to pay my bills. But now I can just be like, no, I don't need that. So things are slowly starting to move again, and I'm slowly securing a few more brand deals here and there. But I used to average about 3 to 4 a month, which I think is a good amount for me, uploading 3 times a week, having 1 video a week be sponsored. The last little bit has been a little on the dry side, and like I said, that's totally okay, but I want to see if I can kind of secure some December sponsors. The next is to post 2 videos out of my comfort zone, which that isn't like, I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean like 2 videos out of my comfort zone, which I think will be work week vlogs. And it's crazy because that's what my channel used to be, is just like a lot of work week content. I know you guys miss it, but I ultimately stopped, one, because there was just an incident with work, and in my old job I couldn't film work week videos anymore. And the second is that's just what I was known for, and I'm so much more than a corporate person. I didn't want that to be my identity on YouTube, and I've done a good job at removing myself from that side of YouTube. I also just think it's a very unhealthy side of YouTube. People glamorize overtime and working 12-hour days, and I just never want you guys to feel that way. I also know that a lot of you, including myself, I don't really watch any work week videos, work day videos, because when I'm watching YouTube, I want to escape work, not like consume more work content. And so I do really want to film some more work weeks, or just like, I feel like my weekly vlogs are work weeks because like I work during the week and I'm vlogging my week, but maybe talk a little bit more about work with you guys, or like what I can. And to me, that's like out of my comfort zone now, because I don't want that to become who I am again. And it's hard because, you know, you film 1 work week video and everyone's like, oh my god, I miss this content so much. And I get it, I totally get it. But then I feel bad because I feel like I should be posting more of it, and work week content gets very repetitive, especially when you work from home like I do. And so I would like to aim to film 1 or 2 work week videos a month, which I already film a lot of weekly vlogs. It would just be like talking a bit more about work. So I want to try. Hopefully that rant made sense, but that's something I want to work on this month. And I know everyone means well when they're like, we want more work content, but I do want my channel to be more just about me as a person and not work. So anyways, I'm gonna try this month to film 1 or 2, or maybe even a grad school video. I get really hesitant to share grad school with you guys because people can be very mean, because my workload is not very heavy, honestly. So we'll see. I might film like maybe like a study vlog because I have midterms this month or something, but then again, I'm only in 1 class, so I feel kind of bad posting content because I don't want to make it seem like, oh my gosh, I'm taking 1 class in grad school, it's so hard. Like, there's people that are doing full-time masters and working full-time. That's hard. So I don't know, we'll see. I'm just working on getting out of my comfort zone and not posting things because of, you know, the hate comments or the bullies. That's something I'm working through too. Like, if it's gonna make you happy, that's all that matters, as long as obviously you're not offending somebody. Okay, the next is to post 5 Instagram reels. I've been really on my Instagram game lately, and I'm really proud of myself for it, so I want to keep up with that. And then I want to either brainstorm or post my Christmas coffee recipe video. I filmed one of those last year, an espresso one, and I absolutely loved it. And so I really want to either get it ready to go for December or film it for November. Okay, wow, I'm just a chatty gal today. I hope you guys are enjoying this. This is so long. Financial goals. Continue investing a bit more, 15 to 20% of my income. I want to replenish my emergency fund. I'm about $1,000 short right now just because we had some big expenses come up, which you guys will see soon. I want to limit my personal spending, but not in a restrictive way. Just be more mindful because of Christmas coming up. And my mom always taught us, you know, like if you don't need it, ask for it for Christmas if it can wait. For example, I really wanted the Shark like flexi style, whatever the Dyson Airwrap dupe is. But I was like, theoretically, I could just ask for that for Christmas and then, you know, either get money for that or get it for Christmas. I haven't decided what class I'm going to take in the winter yet because I mainly just have electives left. So I want to figure out which class I'm going to take, or 2 classes, and then set up my sinking funds for that. Maybe if I get paid by any brand deals this month that are outstanding, I can put that towards tuition. So I want to pick and hopefully pay my winter tuition and like enroll. Then, okay, this has been bad, Carter, with the price of groceries. But I lately have not been, you know, I'm bored, I'm going to go shopping online, or I'm going to go to HomeSense. No, lately when I'm bored, I go grocery shopping for snacks and stuff, which is fine once in a while. But like last month, you guys will see, I went and I spent $75 on like the most random shit at the grocery store that I just didn't need, like snacks and healthy things. And yeah, I'm not perfect. It was very impulsive. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go and look and see. And I went to like one of the more pricier grocery stores that we don't usually go to. And there was like so many cool things that I wanted. So I want to limit the boredom grocery shopping. In my head, I'm like, oh, it's better than going to HomeSense and spending money or buying books. But theoretically, like I did not need any of those groceries. So I want to work on that. And then I wrote just like home to-dos. I wrote declutter the basement and get rid of some furniture. Like I sold my spin bike this month because I don't use it. We sold some old lamps, stuff like that. We're just like decluttering a lot of the furniture because we're hopefully going to get a couch in the next few months and then bring the old couch downstairs again and set it up as like a movie theater gaming room. So we want to kind of declutter down there, and it's also become our like hoarding space after the renovation. So we just need to like declutter. We brought a ton of returns to IKEA the other day, which was like $500 worth of like extra kitchen stuff we didn't use. So I want to keep the momentum going. Then I want to, you guys, if you saw the last vlog, get a bedroom mirror. We ended up returning that one. It was just too thick, but we really want to put like a nice big mirror on top of the calyx in here. I think it would just be really nice for the space. So I'm still on the hunt for a bedroom mirror. And then maybe do the fireplace tiling. We'll see. Matt's brother is going to help us with that when he like has the time. So it's kind of not up to us. So we'll see if that gets done this month. But those are my November goals. Let's head to my office. Let's talk some finances. Welcome to my budget for the month. So as you guys know, I don't budget the 1st to the 31st because I pay my expenses with my ads. It's confusing. I pay my expenses with my AdSense, so I get paid from that on the 22nd of every month. So that's kind of like my month. It's typically almost, I mean, the 24th to the 22nd is almost a full month, but yeah, I just don't do it like on a regular 1st to the 31st. You know what I mean? Okay. My corporate pay, they were both a little higher than usual because I worked some extra shifts, and that's great. I never really know because you guys know like I work a 0.6, so I typically work 3 days a week, so I know what that paycheck is, but when I work extra hours I never know. So I always like to undershoot it because then you're not upset if you get paid less, but then if you get paid more, it's just a bonus. My AdSense, this is what I paid myself this month. So you guys know I usually pay myself all my AdSense, but this month this month my AdSense was actually a bit higher than this, and I decided to keep some in my business account. And yeah, the business part is kind of complicated, but long story short, you guys know that all my brand deals and collaborations go into my business bank account. At the end of every quarter, whatever is left, if there's like a big sum, I put that into my RSP, which will help bring my taxes owing down. So the quarter just ended in, I don't know, what was it? was it September? So I kind of flushed that account out because that money was just sitting there. I put it into my RSP, and so I want to slowly replenish that for any tech stuff I need to buy or whatever. So this is just what I paid myself out for my AdSense this month, and then I did get a check from the government for my like climate action incentive plan. I don't know, but yeah, so that was my income this month. My expenses, you guys know, I kind of stopped doing the whole like budgeted amount and just kind of moving towards a conscious spending, and boy was it an expensive month, but some of it was kind of out of my hands. So groceries was pretty good. I'd like to see this number a little bit lower. You guys can see here I put in yellow the things that were unnecessary, and I told you guys I had like a $70 unnecessary grocery bill. So because we do Chef's Plate, I would like to see our grocery bill around $150. Matt and I just like take turns paying. We're not really like 50-50 people. I don't know, we just like take turns. So I'd like to see my grocery spending even be like 100-150, because all we really get is like yogurt, fruit, because our meals are covered with Chef's Plate. My Chef's Plate was a little lower than usual this month because I had some referral codes, which I think when I give a referral code, it's like you get $80 for free, but then I get $40, I believe. So I'm really grateful I had some referral codes, and those automatically get applied every week on your food box or meal box. So that's really, really awesome. Eating out was pretty good this month. Also keep in mind, none of this includes Disney because we do all of our Disney stuff on a gift card. So yeah, I think we honestly only ate out, yeah, we skipped the dishes, some burritos. That was pretty expensive. I think that was really it. And then yeah, we got some like sandwiches and stuff. We're not like really big restaurant people. Coffee runs, we did pretty good. Gas was a little bit pricier just because we drove to, well, actually Kingston would have been on my business card, but we did drive to Syracuse to fly to Disney, so it was a little pricier, but that's okay. Self-care and wellness was a little bit higher than usual because my sister-in-law and I decided to get our hair done for the wedding we were going to, and long story short, we had no idea that the girl was going to charge us this like ridiculous amount for a travel fee, even though we're literally in the same like suburbs. Anyways, yeah, so it was too late to cancel. It was like the day before, and she told us there was a travel fee. It was this like whole deal, and so anyways, that was a little higher than usual. So yeah, but I think I also got my nails done. Where treating myself was, I wouldn't say it was a bad month, honestly. There wasn't, I mean, anything I didn't really need. Like I got my clogs, I bought some books at Value Village. The AeroPress was a big thing this month. That was $50. And then I did buy a tote bag, which I didn't need, but I really wanted to like support my friends on the internet. So I did buy Hannah Ashton's merch. She has a company called Dream Daily, and so I wanted to support her, and I got her tote bag. Like I didn't need another tote bag, but it's fine. And then I had to do some like random stock ups before the trip. And yeah, so I didn't actually buy a lot this month, but it just adds up so quick. Treating Stella, I just had to get some bone broth for her. Home improvements, we returned the mirror, so that was $0. And then my car needed maintenance, which I wasn't expecting it to be this much, but it's fine. And then I had an $800 vet bill, which I was going to take out of my emergency fund, but I mean, theoretically, like when I get paid my AdSense, I pay off my credit card and the rest goes into like my savings emergency fund. So if I took it out of my emergency fund and paid my credit card off, then I would have just replenished it with my AdSense. It was really the same thing, but yeah. We do have a sinking fund for the pets, the babies, which is Stella, obviously the dog, and Salem, my horse. But because I had a bit better of a month with AdSense, I just didn't want to like have to replenish that sinking fund, so I just paid it with my income. But we do have a sinking fund for that. But yeah, that was one tooth being pulled. Horses are so expensive. Yeah, so that was fun, and it was expected though. Like I kind of knew it was coming because my coach had called me the month before, and also my vet, so we knew, but she was pricey. All of my bills actually haven't come out yet. We switched phone providers at the beginning of the month, so we're gonna have a double bill this month, so that's why I put 150. I'm just gonna put that that's what it was, and I can adjust it if needed. You guys know, like I have a buffer in my bank account anyway, so if I overshoot it, it's fine. And utilities, yeah, we'll just say 120. Investments, I invested more this month. I'm really proud of myself, you guys. 20% of my income, which I do not think will be sustainable I mean, it could be, but I think I said like 15 to 20 my goal setting. I should have said like 10 to 15, but anyways, I'm really proud of myself. I did put money aside for Christmas presents. And then I did put some money into my emergency fund, and now it's like fully replenished again. And yeah, so that is the month. Like, it was an expensive month, but I'm just grateful that that's what we have like emergency funds and savings for. Okay, let's go to November. So this is what November looks like. I have my 2 paychecks from my corporate job, which I am working extra because I have a conference. So these will probably be closer to $1,300, but I always like to undershoot it. AdSense I like to undershoot. This is always 0 because I don't pay myself out any brand deals unless it's like a very special month. Okay, I just put this here to give you guys kind of like my goal for the month, but I'm literally gonna delete it after this video because, like I said, I'm really enjoying the mindful spending, and I actually think I spend less when I'm not giving myself like a strict amount per category. I just like to add this all up to see like roughly what I want my credit card to be. So I would be okay if my credit card was around $1,100 to like $1,300, $1,400 this month. And yeah, so I just like to put these in to kind of get the big picture amount down here. That way I know. So for example, when I did this, I put $1,500. I mean, obviously if you take out the vet bill and the car maintenance, like I was under budget this month. I'm really proud of that, but just gives me an idea. So groceries, like I said, I'd like to see that a little lower this month because I feel like I've just been impulsive with the groceries. Like, we don't need them. And then we have the chef's plate. Eating out, this will usually cover like a few takeouts a month. We just don't really go to restaurants. Coffee, gas, self-care. I'll get my nails done. Treating others, I put 0 because I obviously have the sinking fund for the Christmas presents. Treating myself. Treating Stella. Stella does have a need to get her shots this month. A need, that sounds so weird. Stella needs to get her shots this month. So her yearly shot. So it's usually like around 120, 130, but just in case there's like something else they need to do. Home improvements, I put 100 just because I really do want to find a mirror. My emergency fund, I think from here on out, now that it's fully funded, I need to kind of shift my focus, and I'm still trying to figure out what that's going to be in the next few months. I think we're really just gonna, I don't want to say take a break for the next few months, but just Matt and I need to like regroup, especially with a new year coming, and kind of figure out what our goals are gonna be for next year, because our goal this year was obviously the renovations, and next year like we do really want to start saving for our like whatever we do with a wedding one day. I've talked about saving for that because I think it's really important to save ahead of time. We do want to start saving for a DVC contract. We do want to obviously put more money towards the home loan with, you know, like interest going up. And I don't know, we need to talk and see if we're going to tackle my car loan next year, like what our priorities are. So I think from here on out, I would like to put $500 aside into my emergency fund every month just to keep it growing slowly. And then my TFSA also 500, but I would really like to see this at 1,000 this month, I think. And then maybe put, I don't know, let's see, sinking funds, like Christmas is good, maybe vacation. I'm always saving for vacation because we always like to plan something. So maybe I don't know, honestly, what our plan is. Sometimes I just like leave this, and then like after I talk to Matt, we kind of like talk about it, we figure it out. But I would like to put some money on the home loan this month, maybe 1,000, and then that gives us some good wiggle room. I don't know, but yeah, we definitely need to figure out our next steps in terms of like what is our next priority to tackle, because I think when you go too long without a priority, you just kind of start spending a bit more frivolously. But actually, you know what, maybe we will put some money towards the vacation. We'll see. Maybe not that. Maybe we'll do 250, and then we can leave that for now. Yeah, that's a good idea. So that's the budget it'll be for the month. But I mean, it's always changing. This is never anything like rigid. Things change, things come up, and we're flexible. But that is the budget for the month. Let's end this off with my current favorites, which is so fun. And if you guys, I always ask, if you guys have any suggestions for like segments for my current favorites, let me know, because I love adding new things in. But let's jump into it. So current favorite TV show is the same as last month. It's still American Horror Story. I just can't stop raving about that show. The idea of like having a, I guess it's like, we're gonna call it like a revolving cast, right? Because like not every cast member is in every season, and it's a new show basically. Is just so smart. Like that's such a smart way to keep people hooked. It's absolutely brilliant. We just finished Freak Show and I liked it a lot more than I thought I would. We actually skipped Coven. I was just like not vibing with it. And the thing is, you can skip a season if you're not vibing with it because there's no like correlation. So we just finished Freak Show, loved it. I also am currently watching the new season of Working Moms, which is like just one of my favorite shows. It's such a comfort show for me. I love it. If you guys haven't watched it, you should. Well, it used to be For Moms. I don't know how many it is now, but it's just like about like momhood in Toronto. And it's like super unfiltered and raw, and it's just such a vibe, and it's so funny. So I highly recommend. It's on Netflix. Favorite movie. I don't think we watched any new oh, wait. We watched Don't Worry Darling this month, actually. Technically, we watched it on September 30th, but my reset had already been up by then. So yeah, we did. We watched Don't Worry Darling. I loved it a lot more than Matt did. I think I gave it like a 7 or 8 on 10, and Matt gave it like a 2. But it just like wasn't really Matt's movie. Like, I loved it. I have the biggest girl crush on Florence Pugh. Like, she is, in that movie specifically, is like, I want my hair to be like her. I want to look like her. It was just a vibe, honestly. I loved it so much. And then I also watched Infinity War twice this month, which is my like ultimate Marvel comfort movie. So yeah, those are my favorite movies of the month. Okay, I did not read a ton this month. I don't know what it was. I wasn't in a slump. We've just been so busy that I just haven't really read, and I've been so tired at night. But out of the like few books I read this month, hands down, the new Elsie Silver book, Heartless, is my favorite. And this is one of the big reasons that I read popular books, but I really try and give indie authors a place to shine on my channel. You guys know I'm all about Kindle Unlimited books, and I'm not bashing on any big authors by any means, but I just think there's so many amazing indie romance authors out there that just deserve so much more hype. And like, the Elsie Silver book was better than any big new release romance I read this year, besides Magnolia Parks. And even then, like, Magnolia Parks was definitely on the indie side at the beginning of the year. It was amazing. Anything by Elsie Silver, especially this new Chestnut Spring series, is just so great. And I'm not usually into single dad romance, but it was just so perfect. It's basically like an age gap, grumpy sunshine, forced proximity, cowboy romance. It was so good. It was just absolutely amazing. The banter, their connection, the storyline, like, it was just so perfect. It was absolutely incredible. 1,000,000 stars on 10. And it was on Kindle Unlimited. My favorite memory and moment of this month was definitely writing Cosmic Rewind when we wrote it the second time and my eyes were open and we got one way or another. I truly think that the music is what made the ride, and Disney needs more rides like that have the music blasting, or like different music options. I'm really sad that we're not going during the holidays, because I would love to have done Cosmic Rewind when they're doing their holiday overlay music, but it was just incredible. The trip itself was incredible. Also, staying at the Polynesian was such a bucket list item for us that I cannot include that as my favorite memory. We rented our points through DVC Shop. I can link them down below. It was a lot cheaper than booking it through Disney, and it was so amazing. I'm sad we only got one night, and our flight was pretty early the next day, so we couldn't stay and explore much, but the convenience of being so close to Magic Kingdom and the monorail, and just the vibe of the Polynesian, we both love it. So we will definitely be back one day. Maybe that will be where our home resort is when we buy DVC, who knows. But yeah, I could just not pick one moment, honestly. Both of those were just such highlights of the month. Okay, new favorite song, the new Zach Bryan song, Starved, amazing. I can link my Spotify fall playlist down below. My favorite products. Okay, so we got an AeroPress. We've been loving that for coffee. It makes such great fresh coffee, super quick, super easy to clean. Love it. I finally took my Bae's Weekender bag on a trip. We took it to Kingston. I love it. I would not recommend to travel in an airport with it. Like, it's very heavy on the shoulder, but for a road trip, it's perfect. My festival bag by Lululemon. I'm always reminded of how much I love that. It's an everyday purse for me. I alternate between that and my Coach bag, but I love it. And it's such a perfect travel bag for passports, your phone. Like, it's just the perfect size. I can't recommend it enough. You guys are always asking about my everyday rings, and I wear two mainly. I have my Mickey Pandora one, and then I have an adjustable one from Ana Luisa. Those are my two everyday rings, and I love them. Gap clogs for sure. A lot of people either love them or hate them because they're not leather like the Birkenstock Bostons, but I actually like that they're like a felt. I don't know, I think they're a bit more unique, and I love the price point on them, and I'm obsessed with them. So definitely my Gap clogs, which I can link down below for you guys. Those are the favorites I can think of. And then last month I started a little bit of a new like favorites segment where I talked about upcoming book releases I was looking forward to in November. But honestly, there's not too much coming out in November that I am like super excited about. I put a lot of the new releases I want to read on my calendar and I haven't really found any. So I do know that the new Matthew Perry book is coming out for Friends fans. It's called Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing. So if you guys are a Chandler fan, he has a book coming out. I think it's November 1st. Oh, also the new Michelle Obama book, The Light We Carry. Okay, never mind. It's kind of a good month. The Light We Carry comes out on November 15th, which I'm really excited to read because I loved her. I loved Becoming. The Personal Assistant by Kimberly Bell comes out on November 29th. I'm really looking forward to that. That's about a social media influencer and her personal assistant, and it's just like a thriller. I love Kimberly Bell. I think she writes really great books. She wrote The Marriage Lie, which is like one of my all-time favorite thrillers, so I'm really excited about that one. The new Lynn Painter book comes out this month, The Do-Over, which I might read. We'll see. Her books are really hit or miss for me. Claire McIntosh's new book comes out. She wrote Hostage. Her new book, The Last Party, comes out in November. And that's really all I can think of. I don't even think I have, I'm going through my calendar right now to see if I have any on my calendar that are like romance related, but I can't think of any. But if you have any good book releases, let a girl know, because I definitely need some. That's it, I guess, for my November reset. Wow, that went by so fast, and I'm sure November will go by equally as fast. It was like a really chatty reset this month. I hope you guys enjoyed. But if you did, make sure to give this a big thumbs up. It helps me out so much. It lets YouTube know that you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already. I upload 3 times a week. That's how we are around here. Lots of just everyday life vlogs, finance content, Disney content, all that stuff. So I would love it if you joined our little fam, because we're so close to 70K. It's crazy. And yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed, and I'm so happy we got to reset for a new month together, and I cannot wait to see what November holds for us. But I hope you guys have a really great day whenever you're watching this, and yeah.